Do you want more premium wedding clients, but you don't want to burn out? Well, I'm Susan Stripling. I'm a wedding photographer based in New York City, and I'm going to help you with just that. Today, we're going to talk about what it really takes to book premium wedding clients without burning yourself out in the process. And before we even start, let me just say this. I'm not a huge fan of the word luxury. It's vague, it's overused, and half the time it's just marketing filler, right? I also don't believe that shooting high-end weddings is the end-all be-all for every single photographer. You don't have to photograph a six-figure event in France to be considered successful. So for me, success means building a business that fits your life, your creativity, and also your values. And that might mean high-budget weddings. It might mean smaller and more personal events. Listen, it's different for everyone. But if your goal is to start working with clients who have higher budgets and you want to do it sustainably, there are definitely ways for us to get you there. Referrals are the lifeblood of this industry, especially at the higher end of the market. But they don't just appear because you say, I want referrals. You have to put in the work to meet and build relationships with the people who can send you those clients. And that means networking. Actual networking, not just handing out business cards and disappearing or hiding behind your computer screen. There are so many places to make those connections as well. Local organizations like WIPA are great for consistent, smaller scale networking. If you want to meet planners and vendors who already work with higher end budget clients, you can look at larger events like Kindred or Engage. And those are industry-wide gatherings where the people in the room are already connected to the kind of events you might want to photograph. Most vendors, let's be honest, already have their go-to people. They've built those relationships over years and sometimes even decades. You can't just walk into a room and expect to be on their list. It takes time, oftentimes years, to build the trust that leads to consistent referrals. And that trust comes from being real, from being genuine, and making actual personal connections. You don't get in by shoving your portfolio in someone's face or sliding into their DMs and immediately asking for business. You get in by showing up, by being someone they want to work with, and by delivering when they finally do give you that chance. So early in my career, I met a planner that I thought would instantly start giving me referrals. And we got along great, but nothing happened for years. I stayed in touch, I worked with them when the opportunity came up, and over time they saw that I was reliable, easy to work with, and consistent. Now they're one of my top referral sources. When you do get that opportunity, you have to be able to deliver, not just for your couple, but for everyone involved. Communicate clearly, respect the timeline, treat every single vendor with respect, and share your images after the event. You're building a reputation with not just the planner, but with the entire vendor team. Also, Instagram, still one of the strongest ways to both reach potential clients and maintain vendor relationships. It's where people see your work, it's where they get a sense of your style, and where they decide if they want to follow along. But for me, it's also a way to stay visible with planners, with florists, with venues, without being in the same room all the time. And the key to that is using it in a real way. Don't just scroll and comment, OMG, that's so pretty, on every post. That doesn't build anything meaningful. That doesn't mean anything. Engage like a human. If a vendor posts a behind-the-scenes shot from a wedding you worked on, comment about something specific that happened that day. If a planner announces they're opening a new office, congratulate them. Share other vendors' work when it's relevant. Social media works best when it's an extension of the real-life relationships you're building, not a replacement for them. And for clients, think about your Instagram feed as both a portfolio and a handshake. Your images should be consistent in style, but your captions, and especially your stories, should show more of your personality. People don't just hire photographers, they hire people they connect with. And Instagram lets that connection start before they even reach out. Instagram is great for quick connection, but SEO, search engine optimization, is your long game. Some clients, or more often their parents these days, search Google before they even hit Instagram. They're looking for New York City wedding photographer, or destination wedding photographer in Italy, or best venues in Charleston. If you're not showing up in those searches, you're invisible to that segment of the market. SEO starts with knowing what you want to be found for. That means building pages and blog posts around the actual search terms your clients are using, not what you think they're using. I write location guides, venue features, and answer common wedding planning questions, all optimized for search. Over time, these pages start pulling in inquiries from people who weren't following me on Instagram, didn't know my name, but were looking for exactly what I do. If they find you through a blog post about their dream venue, you've already started building trust before you even talk. Now, SEO isn't fast. It can take months or even years, but it's one of the best ways to consistently attract the right clients without constantly hustling on social media, which, let's be honest, we are all tired of. When you're aiming for higher budget weddings, raising your rates isn't just about charging more. It's about making sure your pricing, your value, and your market all align. If you say, double your rates, but nothing else changes, your website still feels dated, your process is clunky, your client communication is slow, you're going to hit a wall. Higher budget clients expect a smooth, professional experience from start all the way to finish. When I've raised my prices, I've also refined every single touch point, from my website to my inquiry process, my communication, and even my products. If you want clients to invest more, the way you make them feel matters just as much as the photographs themselves. This isn't about gifting or elaborate packaging unless that's something you really genuinely enjoy. It's about making the entire wedding photography process effortless and reassuring from start to finish. One way that I do that is the way I deliver their final images. I work with Printique for my albums and prints because the quality is exceptional and consistent. When a client holds and looks through a Printique album, they're not just seeing their photographs, they're feeling the weight, the texture of the pages, and the craftsmanship of the product. It says this is meant to last. This is a family heirloom. Seeing work in print changes the way clients connect with it. On the screen, it's just a file. In a book, it's more of a piece of their history. It's something tangible that they can have in their hands and pass down to different generations. Chasing these high budget weddings can be exhausting if you're not careful. More money often comes with more pressure, more moving parts, and more demanding timelines. If you're not setting boundaries, you're gonna burn out fast. I've turned down high budget weddings before because I knew they weren't a fit, whether it was the logistics, the personalities involved, or the creative direction. Every time I've done that, it's freed me up for work I actually wanted to do. You guys, high-end is not the only definition of success. The right weddings for you might not be the biggest or the most elaborate, and I am here to tell you that is okay. Regardless, build strong vendor relationships through real, personal connections and be patient about it. It often takes years to get consistent referrals. Use Instagram to maintain and deepen those relationships, not just to broadcast your work or drop empty compliments. Use SEO to get found by clients before they even know your name, especially those searching for venues, locations, or destination expertise. Align your pricing, your value, and your market before raising your rates. Make your client experience seamless. Use products that reinforce the value of what you do, and protect your energy. Bigger budgets are not worth sacrificing your health or your happiness. If you want to move towards higher budget weddings, you can do it without burning out, without pretending to be someone you're not, and without losing sight of why you started photographing weddings in the first place. If you want to learn more about me or follow along with my work and my journey, you can find me on the internet at susanstripling.com or on Instagram at SusanStriplingPhotography. I'd love to see you there.